everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. I hope today has been treating you well. In today's video I have got the first update from my new Project 10 Uses Project Pan series. I only started this project 4 weeks ago. Last month I started this project and already I am absolutely loving it. I'm finding it so much easier to do than just like a regular project pan where I picked a load of products and I was just using them for the sake of using them and using them for the sake of using them up. But now I'm doing Project 10 uses, so I'm only using a product, I'm only aiming to use a product 10 times in 1 month, so it's like one use out of every 3 days. And I feel like I'm just really inspired to do this project sort of this way round. And spoiler alert, I have got some really big updates for this first update. So if you want to see more updates, say updates one more time. If you want to see further videos from this series from me, you can subscribe down below. I will be posting these once a month and showing you the progress that I have been making in all of these products. So let's just dive straight on in. I have everything written down in a little notebook, so I will be like looking down here quite a bit, but these are all of the products that I had in my Project 10 uses, and the first one was a primer, and this is the Beauty Crop Glow Milk Primed. Now this won't look any different because all of the product is like stuck to the side of the bottle, so it still looks full, but I have used this a ton. The pump is actually like not working anymore. I have to take the pump off and get the product out like on the stick. I don't even know if you'll be able to see in there, but it is fairly hollow. Like the product is just around the outside now, so I'm gonna have to come up with a creative way to get the last little bit of product out of that one. But out of the 10 uses that I set myself for all of these products, I managed to use this one 9 times in the month of August, which I'm really happy with, because if you don't know, I was quite unwell for 3 out of the 4 weeks of August. I had tonsillitis, and then I'm just currently getting over a sinus infection, so I haven't had the most energy to play with a lot of my makeup products a lot of the time. I have just been doing like the absolute bare minimum because I've just been feeling so unwell for this whole month. But very happy to have 9 uses out of this one, and we'll get to the new products in a little while, but I'll update you on how I'm going to be doing this moving forward. Then for concealer, I had the 17 Second Skin Enhancing Concealer. This I managed to get 5 uses out of. I know it looks like there's still product on there. Honestly, I even started getting little cotton buds, and I was like scraping around the outside with a cotton bud to try and get more product out. I managed to get 5 uses out of this before I just decided that it was done, before I decided that really it wasn't worth trying to get any more product out of it. Like, it's so see-through and it's so like sparse on the outside of the packaging now that really I like couldn't get any more product out of that. So I'm very happy that although I'd set myself 10 uses, I'm happy that I didn't manage to even get 10 uses. That's why I put a lot of these products in, because I was close to finishing them. So I'm happy that I was sort of focusing on this one this month, and now it's out of my collection. I already have a backup of this concealer. I absolutely love it. So I'm happy to be starting on a new tube that I don't have to like fiddle with quite so much. So that one is an empty, and I'm getting rid of that one. Then next up, I had the Collection Incredibrow Brow Definer in Brunette, and that is all of the product that I have got left in this brow pencil. I like this brow pencil. It's not my favourite. It's quite cool toned, and also it's quite a large tip, so you can't get really tiny little brow hairs. However, I am going to keep on using this to get that tiny little bit of product out of there, and I have used this one a grand total of 13 times. So although I only set myself a goal of using these products for 10 uses each, I managed to use this one 13 times, and I am using this one to completion because there's the tiniest little bit left, so I can absolutely do that. Then also for brows, I had the Sleek Brow Getter Fibre Brow Gel, and I managed to use this one 15 times, which, if you know me, that is like difficult. Although I use a brow gel and a tinted brow gel every single day, I simply love the e.l.f. Wow Brow. It's my favourite brow gel of all time. This one is not my favourite, this Sleek one. Like, when you pull a little wand out of the tube, a lot of product ends up on there. So I do have to like spend a little bit of time scraping the product off the spoolie, scraping it off, and like it takes a while because then it all starts to go a bit clumpy because it's a fibrous sort of gel. It all goes a bit clumpy like this, but if you take the time to do it, then it's so much easier to apply because then you're only getting the tiny little bit of product on there. But like I say, it does take a while to scrape all this product off. It's almost like the little stopper inside the tube needs to be so much smaller to properly scrape off all of that extra product. But for that reason, I've managed to use this quite a lot, but because it's so tedious to use, I am going to be retiring this one because I just want to go back to using my e.l.f. Wow Brow. Honestly, I just want to go back to what I love. So I will be retiring that one. Then on to the face products. Another product that I only managed to use 5 times? Yes, 5 times. The Collection Primed and Ready All Night Long Setting Spray. I only had a really tiny amount of this. I don't like this setting spray. In fact, I really dislike it. But I managed to use it 5 times in the month of August, and now it is empty. So again, thrilled to have another product that is out of my collection. I did mostly just use this to like dampen a makeup sponge. I used it a few times to like set my makeup, but honestly it's like being waterboarded. It's awful. It's really not a good spray. Wouldn't recommend that one, but happy that it's out of my collection. Also for base, the Catrice Holiday Skin Bronze and Glow palette. I managed to use this a grand total of 12 times. I feel like you can, if you saw my introduction to this project, there was a pattern on the bronzer. Obviously you can still see all of the pattern on the highlight. I don't use the highlight quite as much, but the bronzer, there was, I think it was the same pattern, like the little sunbeam, I can't remember, but all of that pattern is gone. You can see like at the edge how far down the powder is. I don't know how deep this pan is, so I don't know how close to panning this product I am, but very glad to be using this more. It's a really lovely bronzer and just one that sort of got neglected in my collection. So happy that I managed to get so many uses out of this one this month. Then another one that I've just made incredible progress on this month is the Revolution IRL powder. I did manage to completely finish up the loose powder. I knew that I would completely finish up the loose powder because there really wasn't a lot of products left, and I really love the loose powder, and I've made really good progress on the pressed powder as well. If I screw that back on, and you can see the size of the pan the size of the pan in the pressed powder. I've used this product as a whole entity, so the loose powder and the pressed powder. I have used this 10 times, so I have reached my goal for the pressed powder, or for the powder as a whole. I think I got 4 uses out of the powder in the bottom, and then I've had 6 uses out of the powder in the top. So really great progress on this one as well. Really happy with like the size of the pan and the progress that we are making on this one. Then one product that I didn't manage to use for my 10 uses, but I am still happy with the progress. This is the Revolution Super Dewy Liquid Blush in Fake the Flush. I have managed to use this one 7 times. You can see how like little product there is in there now. I feel like I have made really good progress on finishing this one up. Like in parts of this it is like starting to go see-through in the packaging now, so very happy with this one. I will be retiring this one just because I feel like this is a very summery shade. This is like a very bright sort of corally orangey pink shade, and although I didn't reach my 10 uses, I feel like I've still made good progress in this. I have refound my love for this liquid blush, so I'm happy to be sort of retiring this one out of my project 10 uses. Although I haven't used it 10 times, I'm still happy to be retiring it for a more autumnal shade coming into September. And then this is an eyeshadow palette, but I didn't put it in to use as an eyeshadow, although I have used it a couple of times as an eyeshadow. This is the Juvia's Place Allure 1 palette, and I have managed to use this one a grand total of 9 times. I used both of these. I ended up like mixing both of these on my blush brush to use as a blush, sometimes over the top of the liquid blush, and sometimes just completely by itself. Those colours like mixed together are a beautiful blush, like orangey bright blush shade. I used the greens as like a winged liner one day. I used these colours just like packed onto the lid, no fuss, like minimal anything. And I like using the orangey shades on the eyes as well as on the cheeks as my blush, and it just makes it all feel very cohesive, which I've really been enjoying. And again, although I haven't quite reached 10 uses in this one, again, I'm very happy that I can be retiring this one out of my project this month, because the whole point of me putting this in was to like get my head around if I could use these as blushes, if I liked them as blushes, how I could use them as blushes, and I'm very happy to say that I can absolutely use these on the cheeks and on the eyes. So this is definitely one that I feel going forward I'm going to be using more than I previously have, because I only ever used it on my eyes before, and I wasn't reaching for this as much as I necessarily thought I should be, because I love these colours. But now that I know that I can use those orangey tones on the cheeks as well, I feel like it's probably going to be easier to put into regular rotation in my off-camera life. So that's that one. And then the last update is the mascara that I put in. This is the Primark PS Double Act Volumizing Mascara, and I use this 11 times. This is the mascara that I am wearing today. I have really been enjoying this, and when I put this in, I didn't think that I loved it. I thought that I liked it, and obviously I liked it enough to put it into my project. Ooh, that was loud. I put it into the project knowing that it wasn't my favourite, and it's still not my favourite. It's still not, it's not even, I wouldn't even say it's like in my top 5. It's fine. It's very lengthening. It's very sort of separating. I quite like something that's more thickening and dramatic, but has actually lasted fairly well in the heat that we have had in the last month. So I still have quite a lot of product left in here. Like, it doesn't even feel necessarily like it's starting to dry out. So I will be keeping this one in my project going forwards. So that is all of the products that I had in my project for the last month, all of the products that I was using in August. And just let me tidy up my table a little bit, because now I need to go on to the products that I am putting in for September. Okay, so I think I have got everything straight here now. The cat's come to join me. So the products that I am using in September for primer, I have picked out the Collection Primed and Ready Hydrating Primer. I don't have very much products left in this. Again, I am using products that I already have a lot of use on, or I think I can finish in a month, I think I can finish or make a big dent into for 10 uses. And if I like squeeze all of this product down, this is where the product is like coming to, if I squeeze all of that down. So I feel like 10 uses, I can make a big impact with that. I can, you know, get that maybe halfway closer to the finish, and then maybe I'll see how I feel, but I might keep it in for a second month and see if we can completely finish it. Honestly, I have so many primers and I'm really just not a primer girly, so I need to be using through the ones that I've got, and I feel like in 10 uses I can see a really big impact with that one. So that one is going into the little container here, the little container that is completely full of my own hair. Anyway, that's not a me problem currently. I'm also putting back in the Revolution IRL powder, because I feel like in 10 uses we will be able to see a really great difference in the size of this pan. I feel like we might even be able to like get quite a bit closer to the edges, and I just use this like even without really thinking, because it's just out on my table and I do like to use a powder pretty much every single day, so it doesn't take a lot of thought to like pick this one up, and I really like it. I can rely on this powder. So sticking with that one, I am putting the Collection Brow Definer pencil back in, but like I say, because that's only, I mean, that's maybe like 3 uses. Honestly, the tiniest little bit of product in there. So I'm putting that one back in, but I am also putting another pencil in because I don't think I'm going to get 10 uses out of that one. So this is also from Collection, but this is the Micro Brow Pencil. And if I twist this all the way up, that is how much product we have got. So I'm thinking we might be able to get 3, maybe 4 uses out of the regular pencil, and then hopefully I will be able to like finish the rest of the 10 uses with this pencil. Do you see my thinking? And also I do prefer like a micro pencil. I do prefer a tinier little pencil, and because it's tinier I will probably finish it up quicker. So happy to be putting that one in, and they are in the same shade, I do believe. This one is brunette and then the micro one is brunette too, but they look very similar. So if it comes to it and I have to like use both on the same day, I feel like that would be acceptable. Then for concealer, I've got another one here that I'm very close to finishing. This is the Sleek In Your Tone Longwear Concealer, and I have this in 1C. So, I mean, look how battered that packaging is. You can see like all of the like colour has come off, and look at like the barcode and everything. So well loved, but you can see I have like the stopper is out of this. I have had the stopper out of this for a little while, and like scraping around the outside of this, I'm like, there's not a lot of product left. My cat wants to be out, BRB. Now I can't remember what I was saying. Concealer. There's not a lot of product left in this. Again, it's probably another one that I'm like, hopefully I will get 10 uses out of. If it comes down to it and I finish it before the 10 uses, I will pick another concealer. I have a number of concealers that all have the little stopper out of them, and there's not very many uses left in them, so I will pick another one and give you that update when it comes to next month's update. But again, a concealer that I really love. I'm not one to hate pan which is a term that I only learnt this month, but it's absolutely what I've done in the past. Don't recommend hate panning. Don't pan something if you hate it because you will hate yourself for it. I love that concealer and I already have a backup of it in my drawers, so I just need to be using that one up. Then I'm going to put this mascara back in. Again, I've literally just been talking about it, that there's definitely a lot of product left in there. Like the wand still comes out very damp. Like it's not showing the signs that it's starting to dry up yet. So it's one that I have been reaching for. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So happy to be keeping that one in. For the rest of the base products, I've decided to put this one in, which is a little bit of a curveball because I know I just said I don't hate pan, but I don't love this product. This is the Revolution cream bronzer, ultra cream bronzer, and this is in light. I'm putting this in because I did hit pan right there. I mean, you can see where I've opened this product and like dug my nail into it at the side. That was accidental, but you can see just there I have hit the tiniest little pan. Like, this isn't very deep, and although this product is incredibly pigmented, I do feel like 10 uses is reachable. Am I Delulu? I do feel like I could get 10 uses or close to 10 uses out of this one. I like it, it's just not my favourite because it's so pigmented, but I can definitely learn to love it for 1 month. And honestly, I'm just excited to like expand on that pan a little bit more. That's why I've picked this one. Then for blush, I've picked the e.l.f. Putty Blush, and this is in the shade Tahiti. Now, that is what it's looking like. Can you see the depth of the pan there? I mean, obviously, like, it's such a lot of product, and again, it's very pigmented. This is definitely an autumnal shade for me. It's definitely one that I'm excited to use more coming into the autumn, fall months. I'm such an autumn girly and I'm so excited to be using more autumnal makeup, and this is a beautiful warm toasty sort of a blush, and I felt like a cream bronzer and a cream blush together made sense in my head. Let's wait and see when it gets to the end of the month. I'm like, I have not used that blush once, but I feel like the two cream products together makes sense to me. So I'm just excited to be using an autumnal blush. Honestly, very excited about that. Then I thought I would put this in because I've got a lot of use out of this already. I know that I love it, and honestly it was just out on my little things here and I saw it and I was like, I can actually measure the progress on this one, which was my reasoning for choosing it. This is the Essence Hydra Kiss Lip Oil. That's what it looks like. And this is the line. So that's where we are currently. That's how much I have used without even really like focusing on it. And I can 100% use this for 10 uses. Sometimes I use this before bed as like a lip treatment before bed. Honestly, I need to just be not using my P. Louise ones every single night. I need to be using like a lip oil, and I think that this will be a lovely one. This is 02 Honey, and if I remember rightly, yeah, it smells like oranges. It's delicious, and again, just one that I really like and I need to be using more. So that's that. And then the last product is, pardon you, telephone, the Collection Filter Finish Flawless Skin Setting Spray. I can't remember what the spray of this is like. Surely it can't be as bad. It can't be as bad as the black one. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh. Oh. Why did I just do that? Oh, that got in my eye. That spray is awful. Like, I want to know who at Collection decided that that spray was acceptable. Like, if I just clear out space in front of me here, let me show you. And also it says on the back of here, hold bottle 10 centimeters away. 10 centimeters is like that. Look at that, like, dripping down my... It's the worst mist. I can use it for dampening a sponge. And that is literally the only way that I will use these sprays. Awful. Who? I need words with the people at Collection for multiple things, but those sprays are horrific. I need an empty e.l.f. one to empty that product into. Awful. So that is my update, my Project 10 uses update. If you are taking part in this challenge, I would love to hear how you are getting on down below. And if you have these products that I am putting into my rotation, I would love to hear what you think of them as well. If you are new here, I would love it if you would join our little corner of the internet. I post at least 3 times a week on a Monday, Wednesday and a Friday, but it's always more often than that because I get overexcited about makeup, and I'm also very overexcited about project panning at the minute. I'm just finding it really inspiring, and I hope that that comes across. I hope that the excitement is mutual because I'm just loving it. But until next time, thank you ever so much for watching. Bye.